My name is Lubomir Nosiba. This is Business and Society, 8 a.m.s Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's story is about Nestle. Nestle is a Swiss transnational food and drink company with sales of over $8 billion worldwide. Back in the 70s, the company had been charged with the death of infants in third world countries. This scandal had caused a lot of short-term and long-term implications for the company. Several measures had to be taken on their part to restructure, come up with a new code of conduct, and implement an overall triple bottom line for the betterment of their company. In 1974, it was reported that Nestle was encouraging mothers to use this product over breastfeeding. They didn't provide adequate usage instructions and had many misleading advertisements. One case reported that the formula was found in the Amazon River and babies ended up consuming this contaminated water and dying in Peru. In developing countries, inexperienced and ignorant mothers diluted the formula, thinking it would provide the same benefits despite the insufficient content. In another rural area, babies started losing weight because they were not given the proper measure of formula. Overall, there was a large decrease in breastfeeding in rural Mexico, the Philippines, Central America, and Africa.
Hi, my name is Amber Swanek from BO 101. So how did Nestle confront the problems that were created in the 70s? Nestle acted quickly to confront the problems they faced by creating a triple bottom line and corporate social responsibility programs. That Nestle has taken to confront the problem can be traced back to early 1978, when they joined a myriad of other companies worldwide who promised to stop marketing their products in third world countries. This counts as the social aspect of Nestle's triple bottom line. In addition, they sent educators over to poor communities to teach mothers how to properly use the formula if they did need it. While infant death is mostly caused by the poor nutrition and the dirty drinking water already associated with third world countries, Nestle rushed to correct the condition the public saw their products exploit. Nestle has also stated that they fully comply with the World Health Organization's code for the ban on their baby formula. Working alongside the United Nations Children's Fund, they were also willing to meet with church leaders, international agents, and organization leaders concerned with Nestle's application of the code. Financially, Nestle's compliance with this code allowed them to gain profits because their products were not boycotted anymore. Environmentally, Nestle today works to achieve zero waste and reduce greenhouse and gas emissions. Nestle's implementation of these various corporate responsibility programs has helped them combat the aftermath of the original controversy caused by their baby formula in third world countries.
Hi, I'm Santiago Garcia, and I'm going to talk about how the ethical problem affects the business. So this ethical problem will affect the business in a short and a long term. Some short-term implications of Nestle's unethical actions included having a bad reputation and false accusations. Decreases in sales and shareholder value were also negative outcomes of this case, as well as unethical positions, government interference, and lawsuits. Unethical behavior will always lead to this kind of unintended consequences and lots of additional costs. A large amount of money was spent on research to find a reliable solution to the problem and change Nestle's radical advertisement and marketing decisions. Long-term implications will mark the company forever. The use of the formula as a main source of food for infants over breastfeeding gave Nestle an overall bad reputation because it caused the deaths of many infants. Changes in the promotion of this product as well. Some of the company's regulations and procedures must be followed to better inform the consumers of the product. This includes banning false advertisement of their products, as well as implementing culture changes in the company. More governmental regulation would also be a long-term effect of this case, thus reducing their flexibility and possibly increasing the competition of similar companies. Regulations and new code of conduct is important to implement as well. Nestle is in charge of restructuring their ways to make their products safe for consumers while maintaining profitability and intercompany culture.
Hello, my name is Holly Franciscone. So what action should Nestle's management take in this situation? Nestle has an obligation to address its stakeholders in moving forward with correcting their wrongs and developing solutions. Additionally, Nestle's management needs to improve their image by showing tangible changes in the business in order to appeal to the enraged public.
After all of the negative attention Nestle has received, it is important that the company takes visible steps in correcting their wrongdoings. Nestle's management should utilize the media and public statements to advertise the serious reform the company is taking on. These changes would include a stronger dedication to corporate social responsibility and taking actions that would benefit those affected by the misuse of the baby formula. Lastly, Nestle has a fiduciary duty to its stakeholders because they have a stake in the company's successes and failures. It is important that Nestle shows they care about those affected and that they are dedicated to become a better company.
The management's actions will hopefully make a positive impact on the company. The actions of the executives within the company define the standards under which it operates. A positive change in the company's corporate social responsibility will lead the company to a more successful future and benefit its consumers in more positive ways.
If Nestle takes the correct steps, the management's actions will change the face of the company. Nestle could be transformed from a company accused of killing babies to a company known for its charity and concern for the health and well-being of all its customers. If there is true reform within the company, it will set the business on the right track to continue benefiting society for decades to come.
Hi, I'm Danielle Kerstetter. Nestle tried to treat its consumers in less developed countries the same way they treated consumers in the United States. Due to economic differences, this is not responsible behavior. Many mothers do not have any access to clean water or hygienic means to make the formula. Nestle did not properly educate mothers about the importance of using clean and uncontaminated water. In the future, Nestle could promote the use of clean water and even provide clean water along with the samples of their formula. Nestle should also continue to promote breastfeeding as a better option. Many mothers turn to formula for feeding their children because they could not afford to take time off from work. Nestle could create jobs for those women and allow them to take time off for children or maternity leave. These actions would not reverse the tragedy caused by Nestle, but they could help prevent future deaths.
So what recommendations would we make to assist the firm in dealing with these types of ethical problems? So the firm is now responsible for fixing their mistakes, and to prevent cutting ties with stakeholders, the integrity of the company should be upheld and publicized. They should publicly apologize for the consequences of their products in undeveloped countries, whether or not the consequences were intentional. Nestle could also offer monetary compensation. For example, they could use their profits to provide better healthcare in affected countries. And also, one of the reasons women in undeveloped countries use formula is because their work schedules interfered with their breastfeeding schedules, and the women had to work so they could afford to care for their children. So if Nestle offers jobs with benefits, women could afford to breastfeed. Also, women with AIDS cannot breastfeed, so they needed the formula. Nestle could provide education about keeping the child safe from AIDS, and they could also set up a foundation to do charity work in these less developed countries. Nestle also has an obligation to address this issue with all of its relevant stakeholders, be it internal or external. They need to reassure them that the company is making substantial efforts to correct their wrongs and prevent too much damage to the company's finances or reputation. By making a public statement and sharing potential avenues of solutions with stakeholders, Nestle can address the issue and gain support for the betterment of the company. It is important for Nestle not to lose their employees first and foremost because they are crucial to the operations of the business. Nestle should also comply in all parts with any regulations enacted by the government.
Although Nestle's actions were exposed by activist groups and damaged the company's image, they are still a large and powerful company. This can be attributed in part to their actions post-scandal, such as their discontinued advertising methods and their increasing support for breastfeeding. Nestle has made strides in efforts to make up for their wrongdoings, but they can still continue to do more to make the world a better place.